Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Nice, okay. Excited about day two, too? Woo, okay. So as you saw, a lot of partner, we have done so many great things, so there's a lot of booths with our partners, so please do have time to visit their booths. So with that, let's start day two keynote. So we have about 30 minutes on this day two keynote, and there's a lot of exciting announcement. So buckle up, okay? So day one, really the key theme and a pain point is about consolidation of SaaS and MarTech. So on the left, this is number of vendors in the MarTech landscape by Scott Brinker. There are now 15,000 MarTech vendors in the landscape. Now, if you look at on the right, the customer side, all of you, right? You bought so many SaaS solutions and MarTech solutions. Your tech stack, MarTech stack gets bloated. Unused SaaS, underutilized, no ROI. So we're seeing a lot of companies are now trying to eliminate and firing more SaaS that's not used. So as a result, we had about 130 SaaS on average in the company, but it's declining. So as a result, we also got a lot of requests from our customers. Okay, Kaz, you have all the customer data in CDP. Can you consolidate more? So that's why in day one, Ralph on the stage, was a really fun show with the Andrew agent. And we released AI Marketing Cloud that's supported by many, many small agents. So we released Engagement AI Suite, Creative AI Suite, and Personalization AI Suite that's immediately in GA, and Paid Media and Service AI Suite's gonna come. But we don't forget about our core CDP, obviously. So right now, our engineering team, they're kick-ass, they're world-class. They're now deploying 600 plus changes every month. We don't deploy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just in case. But with that, we're actually deploying 20 to 30 changes every single day. So that's the pace of innovation that's happening. And we deployed so many changes from last CDP world. And I also would like to highlight a couple of key announcements today, just 3. So the first one is, we thought a lot of all of our customers should focus on delivering value, not managing CDP or implementing itself. So that's why, with the evolution of AI coding, we thought, all of you can use AI to implement and operate CDP. So that's why we released 3 things. One is on the left, it's called Cloud Code Skills. Cloud Code is the #1 AI coding agent in the market right now. And we made a repository of what's called treasure data skills. What this does is these skills can actually enable Cloud Code to write treasure data SQLs, workloads in implementing SDK so that you don't have to, right? It all understands the complexity of UDFs and syntax and everything that automates a lot of your tasks today, especially on the data engineering side. On the right now, our documentation is for human. We think AI coding agent will read the document and it automatically fix the problem over time. So in December, we're gonna make our document ready to be read through MCP. So with that, Cloud Code can actually see the error, look up our documentation, and then fix it. That's almost like a magic, right? And the more exciting stuff is on the center. That's a Cloud Code plugin that does end-to-end CDP implementation. What you can do is you just specify some sources. It generates the pipeline of data ingestion, configuring integrations, doing identification, creating parent segments, and over time, we can automate more. But we have one customer who asked us, Kaz, please implement CDP by using AI only. And we were like, okay. So the scope we had was, if we were to do that without AI, it was 8 weeks. But guess what? We finished within 4 weeks. So this will fundamentally shift and reduce a lot of burden to implement and managing CDP. So please do check out. These are immediately available right now. The next one is more on the AI models. So right now, all of our agents are using Anthropic Claude model. And then to be honest, that's probably the best model for the enterprise. Thanks to the team from Amazon, it's easier to tame. Tool calling is much more reliable. And that's the strength. I think we will keep using Anthropic as a main model over time. But at the same time, there are certain things which we'll bring in from other vendors, such as OpenAI and Gemini, especially around images and web search and deep research capability. So with the help of SoftBank, we actually supported OpenAI models in AI Agent Foundry so that you can immediately use. We also have a lot of customers who uses Gemini as a default AI model, so we're going to support that as well. So that we will give a lot of flexibility of implementing AI agent. Now, the third piece, there's a lot of discussions around composability in the CDP. So what we are thinking is, if you were to implement a CDP right now, if you go to on the left, there are 4 copies of the data ready. So there's source systems, cloud data warehouse, and CDP, and also the actual channels, ESP. Now, there are new trends happening, which is, okay, let's implement composable CDP. But a little bit of strange feeling I had was, even with composable CDP, CDP really was a system to move the data from A to B, activate it, right? So in December, we're going to announce the end-to-end composable version of AI Marketing Cloud. What that means is, if you go to on the right, you just maintain 2 copies, that's source system and warehouse, and we actually build customer profile, and then actually start sending the emails and channel through the Engage product, so that you don't have to have 3 copies or 4 copies if you were to choose. So I think this is the industry's first enterprise implementation. I mean, in my personal opinion, I think the more you have copies on the local, you get a lot of performance and benefit, but at the same time, there is a growing demand, especially from the IT organization, that you have a data governance around. So we'll give you a choice, but the great part about this, you have more choice than anyone in the market. So these are, however, I would say, a little bit of incremental innovations, right? So at day 1, I got a lot of feedback. Kaz, your keynote was a little shorter than last year. Okay, we split the keynote into 2 parts, right? So I'll do my best today. But, we just thought all the announcements was a little incremental, not disruptive, okay? And I use this slide a lot, but this is the number of horses in the world. And to go to A to B, we were using horses. We can do a little bit incremental innovations, but when car came in, the number of horses drastically dropped, because you can go fast from point A to B, accomplish your task, right? So at SaaS, it's mainly designed for human interface. You have to drag and drop thousands of times to accomplish your task. But what if AI can do 95% of it? I don't want to go back. You all don't want to go back, right? And when we get into CDP space, it was around 2017. So we were thinking, what if today we actually rebuild our product from the ground up with the power of AI today, right? So the key point from the keynote yesterday was, I actually personally think AGI will take time. There's no one AI that rules them all. The way it's going to happen is you have a lot of small agents that can reliably do a lot of tasks. And then if you compile it together, then you can do a lot of complex jobs more reliably, right? So all of a sudden, you started having lots of small agents. But once you have a lot of agents, what are you going to do? So in Treasure Data, we also have an AI champion program, and there's a lot of agents inside a company. But to be honest, I'm sorry to say, I don't know where is this little agent to ask about IT tasks, for example, right? So someone has to figure out where to go. So today, we have an exciting announcement here, which is we are announcing Marketing Super Agent that allows you to launch 10x more campaigns, okay? So I'll do a little bit of demo here. And there we go. So this is the screen, okay? So what you see is the interface for this Marketing Super Agent. So what you can do is there's a lot of agent that's registered under the Super Agent. So you can see this, right? And then you can ask any marketing tasks. And a lot of marketing jobs starts from the research, right? You research about your competitors. You research about, okay, how do you beat them? Campaign ideas, right? So here, what I will do is please research about Treasure Data CDP, summarize it into one-pager PowerPoint. Let's see what it will do. So the point I made was AI can do the job, but if you have 90% success rate with multiple agents coming in, your success rate is going to exponentially drops. So what we did is there's this one super agent called Orchestrator that determines which agents to use in what plan. So here, for this task, they use Web Researcher agent to conduct initial research of treasure data from the web, and then use this agent orchestrator tooling to put that into one PowerPoint. Now, the beauty here is you also have a client checkpoint, which is human can actually review the plan and execution so that the success rate of the task goes up with this checkpoint. So then you can also modify the plan too. For step 1, please check only one page to make it quick. I'm on the stage, and I'm in rush, okay? So what it will do is Web Researcher that actually does the deep research through the OpenAI model. That takes 10 minutes to 15 minutes. But I just prompted to check just one page, right? So what it will do is this orchestrator called Web Researcher agent, research treasure data CDP quickly, and provide one-page summary with only these 3 key points. What is treasure data CDP, top 3 capabilities, primary target customers, and et cetera, and et cetera. And this agent's gonna create this one-pager summary, which is great, right? So if you're a brand, you can research about your competitors, any particular things. If you're B2B, you can even research the person you're meeting with, right? And then what this does is it starts creating the PowerPoint with this information. Now, this takes a little bit of time, so let's switch into other tasks. So with this, there is no connection with your data. This is an AI that goes to the internet and explores the information, right? But at the same time, we're a CDP company, so we added data analyst agent underneath to explore your data. So instead of asking this super agent, if you know which agent to talk to, it's almost like a colleague, right? this is the data analyst agent we can use. So please quickly calculate number of profiles per region in my audience data. So what it does is I'm just bypassing this orchestrator agent. I'm just directly talking with this data analyst agent. And this data analyst agent is quickly exploring audience data, get some databases, list tables, metadata is really important. And then boom, you can have the distribution of number of profiles per region, okay? And it's actually really interesting. Last year, we released Audience Agent. That took almost 3 minutes to get this data. Now, with the evolution of the model, we can get this in 15 seconds, right? So that's how much AI is evolving. And last year, we almost saw like about 10 to 16 calls of tools from the agent to get your tasks done. Now, nowadays, recent models, we're seeing the average of 4. That's 4x faster. And also, with the new Haiku model released last week, the performance model gets doubled. So it's actually more than 10x faster compared to last year. So for those who decided to try Agent Foundry from last year, that's great. But for those who are new to this, it's prime time to test it out as well. And obviously, you can convert this into pie chart or something, right? And then this agent will help you visualize it. You can download this and then put it into the PowerPoint, right? And then here, the task already gets finished. This is the AI slide feature we developed. So any data analysis result, any web research result, you can compile that into the PowerPoint. We're going to also support spreadsheet, and we're going to support also documentation. And to be honest, when I sit down at the desk, what I'm doing is building a lot of Excels and PowerPoints and documents. I have to admit. But AI can help you a lot, right? So that's like really, really exciting. Now, this is also connected with our AI Marketing Cloud, right? So what you can do is please create our nurturing journey with my high LTV customers. So what this does is, it talks with AI Marketing Cloud's agent, right? So this orchestrator agent, first of all, again, create a plan to accomplish this task. So in this plan, you can call data analyst agent to analyze data to identify high LTV customers. And we also developed this agent called Journey Manager to create journeys, email templates, A/B testing, decision points. And, the AI is going to set it up. So this will take about 5 minutes. So we have a recorded demos, which I want to show you here, right? So this created like 26 artifacts. And what this did was, the journeys, multiple stages, 16 segments, activation steps. It automatically generates email templates for each steps and decision point. So according to our research, if you're using other martech tools, one journey probably costs around $10,000 to $15,000 to set it up, whether you're doing it in-house or outsource it. Here, it takes about 5 minutes with the AI, right? And then what this did was it also created some visualization of how this journey works. And then obviously, what you can do is you can go here and then open up the Treasure Data's Audience Studio, and boom, there's a journey which was prepared by our agent. Now, okay, thank you. Well, it's actually CDP World is happening this week. Watch live session. So, hi everyone. Anyway, so that's exciting, right? And what's interesting is, so for example, we also added a little bit of capability of how much it's going to cost for each task, right? So this data analyst task, that costs 20 cents. if you're outsourcing data analytics, if you're doing in-house, the analysis cost is drastically reduced, right? Obviously, again, I think this result, you have to validate it, but at least exploring the data is getting much more easier and cheaper, right? So I just thought it's really interesting how AI is going to have an impact, especially on this cost side. Now, what's even more interesting is it's about billions of agents. Now, I have to admit, this agent, probably about 10 agents, right? So I can't do the demo today, everything. You actually go to the booth of our Intelligent CDP and AI Foundry booth, and you can interact with this super agent. But what they will show is, we showed web researcher journey segment, but this also has the ability to create creatives, persona, engage, multi-touch attribution, right? But what I thought it's really interesting is, what if we create one agent that represents your customer, and they are billions of them, right? So let me do this. So I'd like to role play with one of our customers. Pick the random one. Now, this is a little bit of scary demo, so hope they pick up the good one. So what this will do is orchestrator picks up random profile from your CDP. And then what it does is it actually, see who they are. So it's a Sarah Chen, location Seattle, that's marketing manager at the mid-sized tech startup, and a couple of demographics, right? There's a pain points, purchase preference. So what you can do is we actually inject those customer data into this persona role player agent as a system prompt, right? So what this does is, okay, now all of a sudden, this role player agent can actually act like your customer. So what I can do is I can talk with them. So how do you think about, customer data platform, right? So I'm talking with Sarah right now. So agent orchestrator goes there and just started talking with Sarah, right? And how do you think about treasure data? Sarah responded, and skeptical of hype. Okay, she recognized CDP trend, but questions real ROI, right-sizing solutions, integration focus, attribution obsessed, implementation aware. Now all of a sudden, you can start talking with your customer. Now there's a lot of use case about this, like, okay, please come up with 3 campaigns to attract you to buy CDP, for example, right? So imagine you can do this with your customers, billions of them, right? We can also do the role play with specific segment too, right? And then we can ask this persona agent to evaluate your email copies, evaluate your creatives. There's so many use cases around this, right? So that's like really exciting. Now there's more use cases. Go to the booth and then check it out. But let's go back to the slide. Thank you. So this super agent is available to test right now, but we won't announce in public until December, because we want everyone here to test out, because we feel the crowd here is committed to come here, and we want to be a design partner. So go to the booth, and we're trying to be a design partner here, and trying to make it available in early December, and our job is to ship probably 50 agents next year. So we're gonna keep adding little agent by little, and you're gonna start doing more tasks. Now, from architectural perspective, this is the super agent, managing lots of agents, and there's 2 areas I would like to innovate together. One is MCP. Right now, this agent best interact with Treasure Data AI Marketing Cloud. That's given. But with the evolution of MCP, we think you can interact with other systems as well, right? Now there's a little of security concerns, reliability concerns, but if that's something we would like to explore together, we would like to explore together. There's also another research we want to do with memory. So if there's one marketer who's using this and they know a lot, we should remember those chat results so that other marketer can leverage that knowledge, right? So we're also doing a lot of research around how to build a memory efficiently within our product so that the knowledge about the marketing could be distributed across all of your team members. And I would say the most interesting part about this is now you can build billions of agents with billions of customers, and there's so many opportunities here which we can't do without AI and LLM. So I'm really, really excited. Now, there's a lot of challenges to implement this, which is SaaS is a deterministic software. If you implement it, it behaves as expected. Now, AI is a probabilistic software. You have to work on continuously to increase the ratio of succeeding the tasks. And that's a constant battle, right? So the moment you implement AI, that's a starting point. So with that, I actually thought it's important to invest after decided to implement AI. So with that, I would like to introduce our head of AI, Amit Irande, how we can help you implement this super agent for all of you. So come on, Amit.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, Kaz, for having me over on stage. You've seen the transformative or the massive power that the super agent can orchestrate in a enterprise organization, right? But I think I was talking to Michael from Take-Two during the cab, and his question was, yeah, but how do we make it real, right? So that's such an important question. And so here at Treasure Data, we've invested quite a lot of time and effort into creating 3 pillars to make our customers successful on their journey to enterprise-grade, massive transformation towards 10x value, right? And so there's 3 pillars to getting there. The first pillar is building your AI strategy. I see a lot of customers doing a lot of POCs, investing in some cases in moonshot projects, which I think is good to learn. But how do you go to industrial scale AI? And to do that, we've come up with a really powerful framework. Some of you attended my CXO session yesterday. In that session, we released 2 frameworks, one of them being the business value and agent prioritization framework, which is, I think, a really, really powerful way to actually build your short, mid, and long-term roadmap towards AI. It's not one and done, right? It's a AI native transformation that you should be thinking about as you transform the organization. The second pillar to getting there is mapping workflows and unleashing AI native workflows, process reengineering to a certain extent. Every organization has many different roles. There's a marketing ops person, there's analysts, there's lifecycle managers, there's paid media marketers, many different roles. And all of those roles have multiple different workflows that get them to succeed in their roles, right? Now, in the age of AI, with something as powerful as the marketing super agent, with billions of agents powering the marketing orchestration layer, how do those workflows change? Step 1, map those workflows. Step 2, start mapping, process re-engineering them towards massive autonomous value, superpowering the humans of marketing, right? So there also, we've built a framework called the 3T framework. Reach us on the booth if you want to know more. But the idea is, how do we get to industrial scale transformation in large enterprise organizations like yourself, right? And the third point, I think Kaz mentioned this is very important. AI is probabilistic in nature. And so it's not like SaaS software, right? Like you implement it and you're done with it. It's about a process of continuous improvement of accuracy, continuous improvement of the output that the AI gives you. So the 3T framework will also include the path to actually getting to continuous improvement of your AI. We also have forward deployed engineers who will embed themselves in your team, train your teams, get them to understand how to leverage the marketing super agent value from AI on a continuous basis as opposed to a one and done kind of approach. Oh, I was supposed to click through all of that. If you're interested in having us come in and help you with the strategy, with our value framework, as well as the execution element of getting to value, this is a QR code. Please sign up. There's no obligation. We'd love to do a workshop with you. We'd love to explain to you how to get there, the roadmap. And from there onwards, it's your decision. If you want to work with us, we love design partners. We'd love to have some of you folks come on board as design partners for us on this journey. But I promise you, this is an AI native transformation is absolutely going to 10x value for all organizations in the future. Kaz.
Okay. Well, thanks, Amit. So, book this strategy session. So, long story short, Amit's going to come to your office and then implement this, okay? All right. So, I'm just trying to summarize. But again, I also would like to emphasize these super agents built with our security. And treasure data is already proved by your IT, compliance, security, legal team, which is the leverage, right? So all of the infrastructure we're still using within treasure data. We also created AI terms of use so that we don't use any of your data, chat history, to train. Obviously, we don't commingle any of those with other customers, which we have been, right? So this is something you can trust. We also built this on top of our permission system. So if you're CEO talking with super agent, you have all the access to the data. But if your intern comes in and asking, that returns a different result. You won't leak any PII, right? I think this is the biggest leverage of having CDP, AI, and data together, because permission, security, and compliance is such an interesting problem, which we already solved, and we thought we're best positioned to do this. Now, this is my last slide. We're a CDP company taking data into profiles. But day one, we released AI Marketing Cloud that builds on small agents, built on top of AI Agent Foundry, Engagement Suite, Creative Suite, Personalization Suite, GA today, and then Paid Media Suite and Service AI Suite that's going to come. And today, at day 2 keynote, we released Marketing Super Agent to launch 10x more campaign for you. And Amit's going to come to your office, implement this. AI is really important for the post-purchase. But at the same time, we see a lot of power. When I actually see this AI super marketing agent, I couldn't sleep for almost 4 days up until 3 a.m. I'm just addicted to use this product, right? So I hope everyone can feel this power, go to the booth, interact, and book the AI strategy session. With that, I'm finishing my keynote. Thank you.